to INCRadio Central Europe Satellite Studio. Guten Abend, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are listening or tuned into INCRadio Central Europe Satellite Studio this evening. We'd like to greet everyone a warm welcome to our viewers and our listeners on our INCRadio YouTube channel. Please also use the YouTube live chat to send us your greetings as well as share some experiences with regards to our discussion this evening, which is all about sustainable living. So we have some amazing panelists with us this evening who will share some of their experiences, some of their tips, and we do hope that our viewers and listeners will take a pen and paper to write down some of those tips because I definitely have my pen and paper and will be taking down notes on our discussion this evening. But once again, welcome to INC Radio Central Europe. We hope you've had a nice weekend. Although you might have been working the whole week, I hope your weekend was spent time with your family. And of course, here in the Netherlands, because I'm from the local congregation of Amsterdam. We have had an amazing day. The sun is still out, although the sun is gonna be a bit hiding behind the clouds soon over here in Europe. But of course, whenever the sun is out, we take the chance to go out and spend some time outside. But yes, once again, I'm Sister Lindsay Flynn from the local congregation of Amsterdam here in the district of Central Europe. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce our panelists this evening who will discuss and impart unto us some of their tips with our sustainable living discussion this evening. Let's start with Sister Tricia and Brother Mark. Please introduce yourselves.
Hello, everyone. Hello to INC Radio. My name is Brother Mark Ikban. This is my wife.
Sister Trisha Ikban.
We're from Stuttgart and in Germany. So we are excited to be here and be able a panelist to discuss sustainable living.
Hello to Heidelberg Cluster Pop.
It's great to see you, Sister Tricia and Brother Mark, and welcome to INC Radio Central Europe Satellite Studio. And thank you for allowing giving us your time to discuss this topic. Also, we have Sister Elizabeth. Hello, Sister Elizabeth. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to INC Radio. And I want to greet the cluster of Dortmund. I am Elizabeth from Wuppertal Extension Cluster of Dortmund.
Great to see you as well, Sister Elizabeth. And of course, we have Sister Frefka. Sister Frefka, please introduce yourself to our viewers and our listeners.
Hello, good evening to everyone. I'm Sister Freepy from the local of Heidelberg cluster.
All right, yeah. So we have an amazing panel this evening who have already told me some tips while we were practicing for our tonight's broadcast. But since all of us are the from Central Europe, the time here now is 8:06 p.m. here in Europe, and that is 2 a.m. in the Philippines. So to our viewers and listeners in the Philippines who might have tuned in, thank you so much for joining us. And don't forget to use the YouTube live chat. If you haven't done so, send us your greetings. So let's get started with our discussion this evening, brothers and sisters. Oh, before that, before I forgot, I was excited for this discussion. But we have an icebreaker game for our panelists. Our YouTube live chatters can also join us. So our Kuya Tech will show some questions on our screen and like a quiz. But we're not gonna collate all of our scores later this evening. But it's just to show if we it's just some questions. It's very easy. So Kuya Tech, can you please have our icebreaker game? So our icebreaker is just simply saying A, B, or C, whichever is the right answer. So our first question, Kuya Tech, quiz time. Right. So our first question can everybody is everybody able to see that book? Everybody able to read the question? So the question is, Which of the following is the most energy efficient way to reduce your carbon footprint? Ooh, there's a lot of big terms already. So, which of this is the most energy efficient? So, A is recycling, B, reducing car travel, or C, planting trees. Any guesses? Any guesses at all? You can put your hands up. You can unmute your mic. Oh, Sister Trisha's got the answer. Sister Trisha.
Maybe C, planting trees.
I think it's recycling. So we have different answers over here,
Okay.
but
How about
we get two answers here, so we get 2 out of 3 chances.
it's true. It's true, Brother Mark. How about you, Sister Elizabeth? What's your answer? A, B, or C?
Reducing car travel using cars is also one.
So, oh, using cars as well. Sister Prefer, how about you? Maybe you have a different answer. It can be the same answer as well.
Yes po, just like Sister Tricia po, letter C po.
Letter C, planting tree. Is letter C the right answer? Or maybe it's something else. Kuya, can we have the right answer, please? So the right answer is the question one is reducing car travel. So Sister Elizabeth got it po. So well done po. Our second question, please, Kuya. So our second question is, how long does it take for a plastic bottle to decompose in a landfill? So a normal plastic bottle, think of a water bottle that you can buy at the store. So a plastic bottle, how long does it take to decompose? Is it A, 100 years, B, 450 years, or C, 1,000 years? Let's start with Sister Elizabeth. What do you think, po? Oh, Sister Elizabeth, please unmute your mic, yes?
Okay, I stay with letter B po.
Letter B, 450 years. Uh, I also have no idea. How about you, Sister Trisha and Brother Mark? What do you think? A, B, or C?
That's a good question. So I
But
think. Oh, go ahead.
to kind of help myself and us to think a diaper I think takes 500 years. So I'm assuming maybe plastic bottle is C.
Yeah, we'll go with 1,000.
C.
We'll go with the biggest number.
Okay, so Brother Mark and Sister Trisha now has the same answer. Okay, I like the thinking logically about it now and working together. I like it. How about you, Sister Pfeffer? What is your answer? What is it? A, B, or
Mm. Um, I think po letter C.
letter C as well?
Yes po.
The right answer to it like is 1,000 years to decompose, or maybe it's 450 years, as Sister Elizabeth said. What is the right answer for? The it's also from Sister Elizabeth, which is 450 years. Wow. Sister Elizabeth, sure, I think Sister Elizabeth has been reading up or is living sustainably since she knows the answers. Like, you're well done, Sister Elizabeth. We have a couple more. So question number three, Kuya Tech. Question number three is, which renewable energy source has the largest potential to generate electricity worldwide? Oh, now we're getting into renewable energy. So the answers could be A, solar power, B, wind power, C, hydropower, D, geothermal power. Mm, Any guesses? Because I know here in the Netherlands, brothers and sisters, there are a lot of wind turbines. So here, so I'm guessing here in the Netherlands is wind power, but we're talking about worldwide. So maybe no, but I'll go with wind power for now. Sister Prefer, what is your answer, po? Do you think it's solar power?
Solar power po.
Solar power. Okay, po.
So
Yeah, how about you, Brother Mark and Sister Trisha? Solar power, hydro, wind?
I'm going to, I'm not very familiar, but it sounds very scientific, and it sounds like geothermal, right? Because the Earth always has heat, all right, and so the Earth is 100% around the world. So that means all around the world there's heat there. So that means that could power the world in my mind, right? So maybe that is the answer. That's my guess.
I like this scientific information. How about you, Sister Tricia? Sister Tricia, do you agree with Brother Marco, or you can also have a different answer?
I think I just agree of his explanation. I don't know what else he said, but it sounded really good. I'll go with geothermal as well.
Okay. Sister Elizabeth, how about you po?
I agree with Brother Marco. Letter D.
Uh, Brother Mark is winning everyone over with his explanation. But is that the right answer, Koyotek? Is geothermal the right answer as a renewable source of energy to generate electricity worldwide? And the answer is oh, not geothermal. Mark. All right, so the answer is solar power, which makes sense because we have the sun that is always there. That but
Okay, congratulations po.
yeah, it's a very but Brother Mark just won us over with his very convincing argument. But all right, maybe the next one, next one, Brother Mark will also get it. Do we have any more Kuyatek? No, we don't have any more. Is that last the question? Oh, that was the last question, but very well done, Paul. Thank you for joining, and also thank. I just want to special mention to Brother Mark for giving us more explanation on his answer. But yeah, all right. So we've been talking about from the question on our icebreaker game. We're talking about sustainability and talking about how we are able to. From the first question, it mentioned about lowering our carbon footprint, and also these are a lot of scientific words that we might not think about often, but we do in our everyday life because nowadays we talk about sustainable living. But what does sustainable living mean to you personally, Sister Trisha and Brother Mark? Brother Mark first.
Yeah, there you go. I'll try to be less scientific with my answer of this one. I think for sustainable living, to me, kind of means that you're able to kind of provide for yourself with the things that you have already, and that those items or things that you have are able to be reused for multiple purposes. To be able to sustain yourself, whether it be growing, plants that give you fruit, and then you use that fruit to also grow more plants, all right, or be able to reuse, plastic bags or bottles for other uses that you may need, rather than going and buying more plastic or more items from the store. You kind of look around your house and seeing what you can already reuse in your house, so that you're not adding to any of the waste that's out in the world. Anything else, Sister Trisha?
I
Yeah.
think it's basically what we do in our household as well. I always look at it, can we use this again for some other purpose? And I think just growing up with that mentality as well, as for us, we're the first generation that lived in the US. So whatever practices our parents learned back home, they brought it over. And now we're trying to teach our kids and trying to implement it in our household as well. It's just, will it do something else? And I think that's always the never ending cycle of recycling, or sustainability.
Thank you for those explanation on what sustainability means to you as a family, and of course, you've mentioned you have come from America and coming to Europe as well. So thank you for that, Sister Trisha and Brother Mark. Sister Pfeffer, how about you, Paul? What does sustainability living mean to you? Pfeffer, you can unmute your mic and tell us what it means to you personally.
Um, yung sustainable ko po, yung trabaho ko. May sarili po akong trabaho. Um, yung pag, ah, yung pagtupad ko po na hindi nahadlangan sa aking trabaho. Hmm.
Yeah. Of course po. Sustainability doesn't just mean with our waste, with lowering our carbon footprint, but it also has to do with our job for the economy. So for economical sustainability as well, we have jobs that can also benefit the future, not just stopping for a free or just for one person, but it carries on to more jobs and more jobs for the future as well. So that is also a good point, Sister Prefer. Sister Elizabeth, how about you? What does sustainable living mean to you?
Organizing ourselves, our home, our job, most of all, our duty first to our God. In our house, we have to sort our waste, our garbage. We have to put it everything in order in every proper place po.
There's a unconventional way of explaining sustainability in your household, Sister Elizabeth. So that is very nice. And I also like what Sister Trisha was mentioning a while ago, and also Sister Frefra's brother Mark and Sister Elizabeth has also mentioned as well, is that with sustainability, it comes that, we have, I've read recently about the 7 R's of sustainability, and that is to rethink, refuse, reduce, reuse, repair, regift, or recycle. I know we're all used to the 3 R's, the reduce, reuse, recycle, but there's seven more. Oh, there's seven now. So as Sister Trisha was mentioning a while ago, you have to think, do I need it? And then if not, then we refuse it. A good example of the refusing is the single-use plastics that we have from the supermarket. So when you buy something, there's usually I know in the Philippines we've grown up with it, is that when you go to the palengke, you will go to the supermarket, that you buy something, they give it to you in a plastic bag and you take that with you. But other times what we don't think about is that that plastic bag sometimes ends up in the landfill. So that is one way that we know we can refuse that. We don't need that. But instead of having those single-use plastics, is we have reusable ones. So for me, sustainable living means, just being aware of our impact on our environment as well. And we have already made some very good points on what sustainability means. Now is we want to know how you as our panelists use sustainability, or how do you practice sustainability in your daily routine? Kafrefre, how do you practice sustainability, po? Sister Fred, can you unmute your
I
mic?
think she's. I think she might be having some problems, but maybe I'll fill in.
Well, brother, yes, brother Mark, you can fill in while we're waiting for Sister Fred.
I'm sorry po. I was in I don't hear the question po.
Oh, how the question po is, how do you incorporate sustainability in your daily routine?
Ano ba yun?
You,
um,
I know you were already excited a while ago and you were starting to explain, but um, paano nyo po ginagawa sa pang-araw-araw nyo? Paano nyo po ginagamit yung pang-araw-araw na you're still sustainable?
ah, yun po yung pang araw-araw ko po halimbawa po, gardening po.
Yes, that's a good way po.
Gardening po o kaya mm, um, ano po ba nakalimutan?
Can you
Um,
share, kinukwento nyo po na may may garden po kayo na may backyard po kayo, 'di ba po? Paano niyo po ginagamit yung hobby niyo, yung gusto niyo po na mag-garden, paano po siya sustainable? What's the
Ah, Opo,
sustainable?
yung halimbawa po ah, yung mga nagamit na halimbawa mga hinugasan kagaya ng bigas, patatas, lahat po na ginamit na yun, yun po ay ginagamit ko na pandilig sa mga halaman. Am I right po? Opo, yan po ang ginagawa ko. Tapos, mm, lahat po ng mga binalatan ng mga, halimbawa, mga gulay, doon po yung tinatapon sa mga uh, compost, po. Para gawing fertilizer po, yun po ang ginagamit.
Tama po yun, Kafefe. So Sister Pfeffer was talking about using composting as a part of sustainability, as well as gardening for fresh fruits, fresh vegetables. How about you, Sister Tricia and Brother Mark? Do you have a garden as well?
Unfortunately, we do not have a full garden like Sister Frefre's beautiful land, which we were able to visit a few weeks ago and gather some beautiful vegetables from Sister Frefre's garden. But from whatever we buy as well, we try to trim it. So, for example, a green onion, we trim the ends to grow another set of green onions. And a thing that I have acquired for the past few years, then I'd like to mention we do move around a lot based on my husband's employment. So we try to see what's happening in our specific country or the state that we are living in. What do they do? Okay, and not to always refer to a grocery store. So we actually support local farms as well. We purchase dairy meats, eggs, and whatever else they are selling locally because we know it's fresh. And also here in Europe, we were able to find a farm as well that we go to weekly to gather our milk and our eggs. Um, because here in Europe, and I think also in the Netherlands, we found a vending machine that we could use our reusable bottles to collect milk. So everybody can visit the city. I am going to be in your farmlands collecting milk and eggs. Just because it's a beautiful thing is to go out to the local, no matter what country. And like I've said before, it's everywhere. You just have to look for it if you really want to uphold the sustainability for your family as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I would add also like what we've noticed here in Europe since we've moved here. We've been here about a year now. So when we usually when we were back in the United States and we would buy anything like herbs or things that we need for cooking, usually it's already separated in a plastic bag when you buy it. Let's say any of the herbs and spices. But here, what we notice in Europe when you go to the grocery store and you want to buy things like thyme or anything like rosemary. It's actually in a plant. It's in a the herb is in soil in a pot, and then that's how they sell it. And then you're able to pick from the plant, the herbs that you need for cooking, but also kind of keep it around your house. So that's what's nice. We just have a balcony. We don't have that much room for a garden, but at least we're able to kind of keep that in a windowsill and grow more herbs if we need it in the future, instead of just keep going to the store and buying herbs in plastic bags.
And also my beloved sourdough. I make my own bread from the sourdough that I keep as my fourth child. And it's really taught me. I know there's lots of good breads or brot in Germany, but there's times where I love to learn how to make something, and uh, bread has been my go-to sustainability.
Those are some great stories and some great tips, especially coming from America. And of course, you see the differences from America as well as here in Europe. And those are very good ways to keep sustainable here as well. So thank you so much for that, Brother Mark and Sister Tricia. I guess I want to ask another question to Sister Elizabeth. Sister Elizabeth, how do you manage waste and recycling in your household? because I know you're from Germany, right, Sister Elizabeth? And here in Europe, there's a lot of segregation, different bins or plastics for different things. How do you do that in your household?
Just separate everything: plastic, papers, and waste food, glasses, bottles, plastic bottles. They must be in a separate bin po before bringing down our garbage po.
So you have a separate recycling program. That's very good to hear that. How about you, Sister Fefre, for your garden? Of course, you have other ways as well from cooking. How do you manage that in your house?
Sa amin po, mayroon po kaming tatlong klase ng um, waste can o container po. Green, dark brown, at saka black po. Yung green po, para po yun sa rice mill po. Ang brown po para sa bio, yung dark po para sa mga, halimbawa, mga metals po. Yun po, ordinance list po yun. Tapos, halimbawa, pag may ano din po ako, mayroon akong ginagawa po pag halimbawa nasa daan po ako, may makikita po ako yung mga dosin ng inumin po, yung cans po. Pinupulot ko po yun. Iniipon ko po. Yun po ang ginagawa ko. Tapos, yun nga yung mga compost o na ginagawang fertilizer po. Yun po.
Oh, it's very good to you as well, po. Seems like you, Sister Farher and Sister Elizabeth, are doing the same thing as well, which is very nice to hear. How about your sister Tricia and Brother Mark? Are you doing anything else with regards to your recycling or your waste?
For us, so that was something new that we had to kind of adjust to here in Europe. In the United States and in the various places that we lived in before, they kind of just had one bin for recycling, whether it be kind of plastic or glass or paper. And it was up to the waste management company that would kind of be the one that would separate all those. So we've kind of had to learn to separate ourselves. So in order to incorporate our children and help them learn, we found some bags to collect our recycle, and then we kind of they kind of created signs for every bag, so that they know they could label the bag, whether it be paper or plastic or glass, and then be able to draw kind of the items that would go in there. And then every time we kind of tell them to throw away things or put things away, just remind them that, oh, that doesn't have to go in the trash, that could go into the recycle. And so it helps out around the chores, so the kids also can learn to take out not just the trash but take out the recycle.
And their favorite part is to collect the bottles with the fan, the one you can get for 25 cents at the store. My middle child's always saying to me, "Oh, don't throw that away. It has fan." And it's funny to see it because even from a different country that doesn't collect fan, we're still bringing it over back home to Germany to make sure we bring it back to our grocery store.
Yeah. I'm also always on the lookout for those. As Sister Pfeffer mentioned, that when you see some of those lying around outside, when you walk out for a walk, you just take them. Every little cent counts as well. It's also part of sustainability. And speaking of your kids, Sister Trisha and Brother Mark, do you also do some artworks? Because I know in the Philippines, there's also some projects with regards to recycling. Do you also do artworks with recyclables or anything like that?
Definitely. As a homeschool mom, I teach my children at home. And part of our curriculum is learning about science and math. And so that entails a lot of supplies. which I don't like to purchase all the time because these are simple things, like for example an egg carton. Like I've said before, we collect eggs from the vending machines here in Germany, so we use the cartons left over. If I don't donate it back to the farm, we use some to use for painting, or we could start off also seedlings. If you put soil in each pot, or a little I don't know what that's called, each section of the carton, you could grow seedlings from there and then transfer it to a bigger pot. So there's multitude of ways. A plastic bottle could be a lesson in tornadoes, or our blood, our blood supply. So there's many things here. I know it's you don't look at a bottle and think all those things, but as a homeschooler who has a bunch of trash lying around, I don't want to throw it away yet. I'd like to repurpose it for something else.
Thank you for the nice story, Sister Tricia. And what I like about that is that you're also including your children in ways of sustainable living, and of course, with regards to recycling. So that is very nice to hear. And thank you for all of those points, brothers and sisters. Hope our viewers and listeners were able to take down some notes. And just lastly, is what advice would you give anyone who wants to start their sustainable living journey? Sister Preference, since I think you're ready. What advice would you give our viewers and listeners po?
Um, yung sustainable po, mayroon po akong ugali po na yung carton, halimbawa po may binili akong itlog po. Yung carton po ng itlog po, binabalik ko po yun sa may-ari na binilhan ko po. Yun po ang ginagawa ko. Tapos, ano po ba yun? Hindi ko na,
Parang ang haba po ng listahan nyo ka.
hindi po. Tapos gumagamit po ako ng yung pag yung bumili po ako, salip na plastic po ang dadalhin ko, gumagamit po ako ng tinatawag na stop bag po. Yan po ang ginagamit ko. Tapos, pag halimbawa, ang advice ko po sa walang garden po, pwede po silang gumamit ng timba. Timba o kaya yung tofu para, halimbawa, magtanim ng yung yung ano po, potato po, pwede ka magtanim sa timba.
O kaya kamatis po, pwede rin po.
Opo, pwede po. Lahat po ng pag wala po.
So those are some good tips, Sister Fefe, na kahit even if you just have a balcony or if just have a small land, you can always repurpose broken buckets to grow your own food and your own plants. How about you, Sister Elizabeth? Any last advice to our viewers and listeners with regards to sustainability?
If we are going to the supermarket or market, I think it's better for us to use paper bags instead of plastic bags po. And to those mothers who used to cook, please separate the old oil, used oil, put it in the bottle. And if we can also advise our acquaintances or friends, especially the newcomers here in Germany, to always read the plans. In every city, there's a plan when the waste how do you call it?
The schedule po of the waste.
Yes po. Mayroon pong schedule ang lahat ng city kung kailan po kukuhanin ang mga recycling, ang waste bin para po ma-sustain din natin po ang environment po.
That is very true po ka Elizabeth na we also have to adhere to the government policies and plans on what with regards to sustainable living and with our waste. How about you, Sister Trisha and Brother Mark? Any advice to those who wants to start a sustainable living? Brother Mark.
Yeah, I would say, sustainable living, it's very important, right? We're talking about how all of these things can kind of help the environment and, prevent us from having a lot of waste, right? So I think my one advice or tip is, just start with something small. One small step to do any of these tips, right? You don't necessarily have to make a big change in your life to have sustainable living, right? Do something small and then realize and just kind of keep it in your mind, in the back of your mind, all the decisions that you make. Is there a way to incorporate sustainable living? Right, but rather than if you try to make an extreme change to I'm going to now be fully sustainable, right after maybe just half a day you might, oh, this is too hard, I'm not going to do it anymore. But when you kind of make some small changes and look at all the things that you can kind of reuse or things that you can plant, right, and kind of keep your sustainment that way, then it's most likely to stick for your habits and be better for you and your family, and then for the environment as well.
And I think with the little step by step, you don't think about it till you move out of your parents' house. Like for myself, my parents and grandparents always did their same routine. For example, my dad would always run the shower while waiting for the warm water with a bucket to collect the cold water so he could water the plants. Or at the time we had dogs, so he would bathe the dog in the water that he was waiting for to be warm. I don't know if you could visualize. We have 5 buckets at home filled with cold water waiting to be used for something else. And also what I do now, which my children still don't understand, is the use of a paper towel. If it's not dirty, we dry it over our appliances to reuse again if it's still clean. But those little things, I think I just watched growing up, and now I'm just doing it myself as now the parent of our household. So those little things, even if it's not a garden or a vending machine with milk, it's doing something, even if it's just within your household as well. Just appreciating those little things.
Yes, that's a very good advices. And of course, the first step is always the hardest, but we have to step out of a comfort zone and try something new. And of course, with sustainability, that is very important because that is not only just for us, but it's also for the future of our kids and for the environment, especially as well as for the economic and social growth. But yes, very thank you. Thank you to our panelists this evening. Don't go away because later on we'll come back to you again. But for now, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have our Germanist fun. We'll see. We'll be right.
This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Ready to discover your new favorite INC original music? Introducing Playlist. Starting September 16, 2024, tune in every Monday to Friday from 9 to 10 p.m. for a musical journey like no other. Genres like R&B, acoustic, alternative, love songs, rock, pop, hip-hop, and rap. Each day brings you a different genre of INC original music tailored to match your mood. Looking for the perfect soundtrack to your day? We've got you covered. Join our hosts as they bring you the freshest hits, timeless classics, and everything in between. Catch Playlist live on INCRadio DZM 954 kHz, on the INCRadio YouTube channel, and on the INC Production Company's Facebook page. Set your reminders, spread the word, and don't miss a bit with Playlist. And remember, it's your music, your playlist. See you there!
Hello, brethren on board. I am your mommy, Maylin Bernice. Apart from being a mom, I am also an incoming senior college student majoring in accounting this fall. and I am a deaconess in the local congregation of Las Vegas District of Mountain States.
I will be one of the hosts dito sa ating bagong programa. Samahan kami as we pursue self-development. It will be Monday to Friday, 10 p.m. Philippine time. We'll be sharing tips and stories about balancing life's challenges that will motivate all of us to pursue growth.
So, paano? Keep it here?
You're still listening to INCRadio Central Europe Satellite Studio. How time flies by so fast. It is already 8:42 p.m. here in Central Europe. But yes, as part of Central Europe Satellite Studio, we do have our Germanist fun with Sister Malu Francisco. Let's listen and watch this.
German is fun. Deutsch macht Spaß. Hello everyone. Hallo, wie geht's euch? Welcome to German is fun. Willkommen zu Deutsch macht Spaß. I'm Sister Malu Francisco bringing you another fun session of basic German. Our topic for today is about being sick. Das Thema lautet krank sein. You'll be learning words and phrases that have to do with being sick. First, I'll say the word or words in English, followed by the German equivalent. Please listen and repeat. Sick, krank, krank. I'm sick. Ich bin krank. I'm sick. Ich bin krank. I'm not feeling well. Auf Deutsch. Mir geht's nicht gut. Mir geht's nicht gut. Can you say nicht gut? Mir geht's nicht gut. I'm not feeling well. And now here's a word that you will hear over and over again. A lot of pain. Schmerzen. Schmerzen. This word is in its plural form. The blue line shows you how to pronounce the word. Now look at the spelling of the word. It begins with SCH followed by Merzen. Remember, SCH in German, this combination is pronounced sh, as in the initial sound of the English word shower. German is fun. Deutsch macht Spaß. If your eyes hurt, you can say Augenschmerzen. Augenschmerzen. My eyes hurt, or I have pain in my eyes, you can say Ich habe Augenschmerzen. Ich habe, I have. Augenschmerzen, eye pain. Ich habe Augenschmerzen. What about sore throat? Sore throat auf Deutsch, Halsschmerzen. Throat is Hals. Sore throat, Halsschmerzen. I have a sore throat. Ich habe Halsschmerzen. Ich habe Halsschmerzen. Noch einmal. Ich habe Halsschmerzen. And now it's your turn to say it. Headache. Auf Deutsch, Kopfschmerzen. Kopfschmerzen. I have a headache. Ich habe Kopfschmerzen. I have a headache. Ich habe Kopfschmerzen. Now it's your turn to say it. If your ears are aching, you say Ohrenschmerzen. 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 I have an earache. Ich habe Ohrenschmerzen. Ich habe Ohrenschmerzen. Toothache. Zahnschmerzen. Zahnschmerzen. Toothache auf Deutsch, Zahnschmerzen. I have a toothache. Ich habe Zahnschmerzen. Ich habe Zahnschmerzen. Now it's your turn to say it. German is fun. Deutsch macht Spaß. And just before we end our episode, a review of the words and phrases we learned today. Eye pain, Augenschmerzen. Earache, Ohrenschmerzen. Sore throat, Halsschmerzen. Headache, Kopfschmerzen. Toothache, Zahnschmerzen. I am sick. Ich bin krank. I'm not feeling well. Mir geht's nicht gut. At this point, I'd like to give a special thanks to our sister who did the artwork on today's episode of German is Fun. On behalf of Deutsche Spaß of the INCRadio Satellite Studio Central Europe, vielen Dank, Schwester Seth. Thank you very much, Sister Seth Arisgado of the Local Pilot in Quezon City in the Philippines. German is fun. Deutsch macht Spaß. This has been today's episode of German is Fun. Deutsch macht Spaß. I'm Sister Malu Francisco saying, Danke fürs Zuschauen. Thank you so much for joining us. German is fun. Deutsch macht Spaß.
German is fun from Sister Malu Francisco. And of course, we also have our CEU in action here in Central Europe as we show our viewers and our listeners what the district of Central Europe has had. So activities here in the district. So we have photos. If our Kuya Tech can please show us some of the photos as we discuss some of them. Yes. So we have the local Unity Games in the local congregation of Bonn, Germany. So the Unity Games is a good way for the family to also, you see the smiles of the brethren, their excitement as they have some friendly competition. And also it's a good way to exercise, especially now that we're coming into winter here in Central Europe, is that it's a good way to also enhance the love, the brotherhood, some friendly game of tug of war, and also some competition between the males and the females with the hula hoop. You can see the enjoyment in the sister's face. And of course, we also have the 5th anniversary of the local congregation of Rotterdam here in the Netherlands. Groeten to the brethren there in Rotterdam. And of course, the smiles on the brethren as they hit a milestone. As the local congregation of Rotterdam have their 5th anniversary. So all smiles from the brethren in Rotterdam. So congratulations to you all there, brethren. I haven't been to Rotterdam, but I do hope I will get there soon. Also, we have the cat bin drawing rotation from the Hague GWS, from the Hague worship service here, also in the Netherlands. So it's good to start the kids with enhance their talents in drawing, and the CWS or the Children's Worship Service is a good way for them to start, being with their friends as well as the brethren in the local in the group worship service of the Hague, to be able to bond with the brethren there. And so congratulations once again to the local congregation of Rotterdam for your 5th anniversary. And now we have come to the top cluster for this week. Kuya Tech.
Third place, Zurich Cluster. Second place, Berlin Cluster. First place, Heidelberg Cluster.
Yes, so congratulations to the Heidelberg cluster. I can see Sister Tricia. I think Sister Tricia is also from the cluster, also Sister Elizabeth. So congratulations to Heidelberg cluster for being the top for our top three clusters for this week. But once again, we'd like to thank Sister Tricia, Brother Mark, Sister Fefe, Sister Elizabeth, and also Brother Henry. Brother Henry also mentioned that to be able to involve your kids with sustainability is to make it fun as well. Sister Tricia also mentioned it with with artworks as well. And Brother Henry said that make it fun. They do some basketball shoots or slam dunks with their recyclables when they're going to recyclables. And sustainability, as our topic this evening, has been very, very um timely because now it's we go on is government as well are being more sustainable. They here in Europe, there's a lot of plans that are laid out to ensure sustainability. So I hope our viewers and our listeners are able to take down some of their notes from our panelists this evening. So starting is the first step into your sustainability living journey. Yes. So now I'd like to give some shout outs to once again, thank our panels for joining us, for giving us some of your stories, for giving us your tips and advices. We'd also like to thank our viewers and our listeners. Um, I have to apologize, we were not able to read all of your greetings on our YouTube live chat. But thank you once again for listening and for watching. We'd also like to thank our District Christian Family Organization advisor, Brother Scott Agustin. Also, thank to us, our Assistant District Minister, Brother Jason Delalas, and to our District Supervising Minister, Brother Joe B. Catalan. And of course, we'd like to thank our Christian Family Organization Overall Coordinator and CEBSI President, Brother Angela Arano Manalo. Thank you, Paul, for allowing us to have INCRadio Central Europe Satellite Studio for through this. We are able to have discussions like this, and we're able to give some tips to our viewers and our listeners that they can use in their everyday lives. And of course, we'd like to give our special thanks and express our gratitude to our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, for your unwavering love and care to all of the brethren here in the District of Central Europe. But for now, we'd like to say our goodbyes, and we'll see you again next week. So we do hope to see you again next week. So goodbye for now.
Bumabati po kami sa ika-15 taong anibersaryo ng magiting, makapangyarihang pamamahala ng pinakamamahal nating tagapamahalang pangkalahatan, ang kapatid na Eduardo V. Manalo. Mahal po namin kayo.
Pinakamamahal po naming tagapamahalang pangkalahatan, ang kapatid na Eduardo V. Manalo, mula po sa mga ministro, mga manggagawa, sa SFM students, sa amin pong may bahay, sa mga may tungkulin at mga kapatid, sa Distrito Eklesyastiko ng Isabela South. Kami po ay buong lugod at buong galang na maligayang bumabati po sa pagsapit ng inyong ika-15 anibersaryo ng magiting, makapangyarihan at puspos ng biyaya na pamamahala sa buong iglesia, sa buong daigdig. Kaya mula sa mga ministro, mga manggagawa at nagsisipag-aral sa School for Ministers, dito po sa Isabela South, ay aming ipinahahayag. Makikipagkaisa po kami sa pamamahala. Mahal na mahal po namin kayo. Purihin po ang Panginoong Diyos.
Ready to discover your new favorite INC original music? Introducing Playlist. Starting September 16, 2024, tune in every Monday to Friday from 9 to 10 p.m. for a musical journey like no other. Genres like R&B, acoustic, alternative, love songs, rock, pop, hip-hop, and rap. Each day brings you a different genre of INC original music tailored to match your mood. Looking for the perfect soundtrack to your day? We've got you covered. Join our hosts as they bring you the freshest hits, timeless classics, and everything in between. Catch Playlist live on INCRadio DZM 954 kHz, on the INCRadio YouTube channel, and on the INC Production Company's Facebook page. Set your reminders, spread the word, and don't miss a bit with Playlist. And remember, it's your music, your playlist. See you there!
Hello, brethren on board. I am your mommy, Maylin Bernice. Apart from being a mom, I am also an incoming senior college student majoring in accounting this fall. And I am a deaconess in the local congregation of Las Vegas District of Mountain States.
I will be one of the hosts dito sa ating bagong programa. Samahan kami as we pursue self-development. It will be Monday to Friday, 10 p.m. Philippine time. We'll be sharing tips and stories about balancing life's challenges that will motivate all of us to pursue growth.
So, paano? Kids?
Handa na ba kayong matakam? Nakahanda na ba kayong mabusog? Gusto niyo bang matikman ang iba't ibang masasarap na lutuin dito sa Region 1 at Cordillera Administrative Region? Kasabay ang mga masasarap na pagkain, ay ibabahagi rin namin ang iba't ibang kultura ng aming reyon. Samahan ninyo kami sa bagong programa ng Region 1 at Cordillera Administrative Region, Flavors of the North, 5 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, only here on INC Radio.